debate with a big round of applause. I am your moderator, Hassan Al-Quraishi. To the left of me is the support, who are in agreement with human embryonic stem cells. To the right of me is the opposed, who are in disagreement with human embryonic stem cells. Over there is our panel of judges, who will be critiquing this debate and coming up with an ultimate outcome. Today we'll be observing two sides to this debate. The support is in favor of human embryonic stem cells, who say it is improving lives. To the right is the opposed, who say that human embryonic stem cells don't help improve lives and they're actually unethical because they're essentially killing what could become a baby. Let's discuss what we're going to be talking about. Human embryonic stem cells. These cells can divide and differentiate. To differentiate means that they can take the shape or form of any other cells in the body and do the action of those cells. It is very important for us to take care of this debate, take a lot of time and effort into this debate, because we are the future generation of scientists and researchers, and we have to be able to make our own decisions in the legal process and maybe even voting for or against human embryonic stem cells. In terms of timekeeping, I will be keeping a track of time of how long you take on each section, and I'll also notify you when you have 30 seconds left. With 5 seconds left, I'll hold a countdown of 5, like this. When time is up, the timer will ring. Once the timer will ring, you will have to stop talking. The goal of this debate, as Michelle always says, is to not focus on the winner. The goal of this debate is to take out good and important information. So without further delay, good luck to both sides. This next section will last 4 minutes. Support case, you're up.
Embryonic stem cells can be used to treat diseases. Stem cells have the potential to repair and replace damaged tissues or cells, such as blood cells, muscle cells, or even brain cells. Stem cell research can also potentially help cure a range of diseases, such as Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease. In 2014, Sonia Alea had suffered from a stroke that left her disabled and depressed. However, one day, she received an invite from Stanford to try a new stem cell research for people in her condition. She agreed, and her condition was immediately improved. The more the research is done, the higher the chance that diseases can be cured. Research such as this proves the need for advancement in stem cells and its necessary involvement in biomedical systems.
Zhuang Ding, professor at the Laboratory of Human Genetics and Metabolic Diseases at the National Institute in Shanghai, China, uses stem cells to study the new ways of curing life-threatening illnesses. By using stem cells, she models it for human cells, human diseases such as type 2 diabetes, severe obesity, heart disease, and inherited high cholesterol to understand the condition better. It is more effective to use human stem cells than animal stem cells because animal stem cells proliferate and will turn into many other cells. It allows us to study and test different diseases and drugs. Some cases, scientists believe that the damage can be reversed by replacing lost cells with new ones that are derived from cells that mature from nerve cells.
Recent studies on animals show that it's successful, and this shows a high probability that it would be successful with humans too. So in the past, case studies with mice have been shown to be successful, and they provide proof that it could actually be used for treating liver diseases. So we even started early stages with humans. For example, Sue Freeman, a woman of age 76, went into a clinical trial in UCLA because of her age-related macular degeneration. So results show, even though this is early, the results show that her eyesight is gradually getting better on both eyes, even though only one eye was treated. Since only a couple procedures have been done, funding and support is needed for the clinical trials, which is further deepen the knowledge of the subject.
According to CERN, government funding in stem cell research has provided 13,000 jobs for building research facilities and has created $285 million in tax revenue, which benefits the nation's economy. CERN alone has created over 38,000 lasting jobs in the state of California. Chronic diseases such as Alzheimer's disease, chronic heart disease, and diabetes have led to high health care costs. With the help of stem cells, these diseases can be cured at a lower health care cost, which means that many people can afford the treatment. This also means that these patients can soon go back to work, which will benefit the national economy through tax dollars, and since the patients are now earning money. Overall, the economy has benefited in a variety of ways due to stem cell research.
Alright, is the support case completed? Okay. So this next section will be the opposed case, which will last 2 minutes. Oh yeah, this next section will last 2 minutes to do the opposed case. Opposed cross, sorry.
What kind of stem cells were used?
It was embryonic stem cells.
Yeah, you have to raise your hand. Yeah.
It was embryonic stem cells.
In the second contention, what stem cells were used?
It was embryonic stem cells. How do you plan on cloning?
Please raise your hands. Yes.
How do you plan on covering or how do you plan on obtaining new embryos? As according to Vanderbilt University, the amount of embryos that are that we have currently are not amount we need for stem cell research.
Yeah, go ahead.
It shows that around half of the embryos used for that are taken out for IVF, half of them are discarded. So instead of discarding them, people should donate them to stem cell research so that you can help cure diseases.
All right.
What can you do with embryonic stem cells that you can't do with induced pluripotent stem cells?
Christian.
Induced pluripotent stem cells and embryonic stem cells have both been used in a treatment, and induced pluripotent stem cells have shown to be less effective, and their cell death count has been a lot higher.
All right.
My question actually was, what can you do with them that you can't do with iPSC cells?
Christian.
Okay. Well, you can. It's more effective to treat illness instead of IPS.
So they do the same thing?
Yes, but they do it at a much slower rate.
Vinay.
In response to your question, human embryonic stem cells are what? They are more efficient than IPF or IPC.
Okay. And those are for the opposed cross. This next section will last 4 minutes, and it is the opposed case. This next section.
Hassan, you need to prompt us. Say, you may begin.
Okay. Sorry. This next section will last 4 minutes. It is the opposed case. You may now begin.
Hi, we are the opposing side for today's debate. The topic that we are debating today is, do you oppose or support the human embryonic stem cell research? Before we start listing our arguments, we would like to go over a few definitions. Our definitions are embryo, early stage life of humans where the embryonic stem cells come from and meet the 7 characteristics of life. The standard lens for the debate and should be judged based on ethics.
Our first contention is that embryonic stem cells are not needed due to the fact that we have induced pluripotent stem cells. iPSC has all the benefits of embryonic stem cells without having to deal with any of those consequences. iPSC is derived from skin or blood cells and has been reprogrammed back to its embryonic-like pluripotent state. iPSC can be reprogrammed by a set of transcription factors and have an unlimited source of any type of human cells needed. This is a better alternative because iPSC transcribes without any ethical dilemmas and is significantly cheaper. According to Stanford EDU, iPSC have the capability for creating an indefinite source of cell and have a wide range of capabilities. Instead of there being an issue for consent or autonomy like embryonic stem cells, iPSC are people giving their own cells to heal themselves. The source of these cells help to reduce the cost greatly. In addition to this, the fact that the cells originate from the host reduces mortality because there is no issue with tissue rejection. According to Yale University, it costs about $2,700, whereas it can take 100 to 200K for 50 to 100 embryonic stem cells, as mentioned by Robert Moffat, a senior fellow in the Heritage Foundation Center for Health Policy Studies. As long as iPSC remains as an alternative, there is no need for embryonic stem cells.
Our second contention is that embryonic stem research is much more harmful than it is helpful. There are many claims saying that embryonic stem cell research is the future for curing diseases, but these results have been very unreliable. According to Prentice, who has a PhD in molecular genetics, embryonic stem cell hasn't cured any human with the disease till this date. And their embryonic stem cell research have also been more likely to cause tumors and be rejected as foreign tissues. Embryonic stem cells have also a lot of side effects, as seen in the BBC report in 2014. Eight children using ESC had bleeding, anemia, inflammation of lung tissues, and much more. Another mishap using ESC is in Japan in 2016. Japanese scientists, including Wakayama, Nagatomo, and Ohinata, they cloned mice using ESC. All these mice were genetically defective. They said that the success rate was 1 to 3%, and the one female clone died 2 weeks after birth.
So if ESC are genetically unstable, that could compromise efforts to transform cells extracted from embryos into successful medical therapies. This leads to a number of problems related to transgenetic issues. Using ESC treatments can probably, the problem is that they can make it worse instead of better. Another issue with ESC is its feasibility of this research. ESC happens to be very expensive. Taking the results of ESC research displays the harms, which clearly outweigh the benefits.
Our third contention is based on ethics and morality of embryonic cell research. Embryonic stem cell research is completely unethical. As killing an infant, teen, or adult would be considered unethical, killing an embryo is also unethical. According to Harvard and PEW research, embryonic stem cell research is based completely on this crime. Destroying an embryo can be compared to killing someone in a coma. Both victims can't feel, think, nor choose what happens to them. Embryonic stem.
This next section will last 2 minutes. It is a support cross. You may now begin. Oh, I'm sorry. Vinay, you may begin.
Okay. Do you realize that under the current definition, embryos are not considered as humans even by top medical institutes all around the world? Yes or no?
Are you?
No. So embryos actually are they are able to meet all 7 characteristics of life. And like for example, you may say like they can't reproduce, but they're in the process of being able to be reproduced. And when they grow, they will be able to cover these 7 characteristics of life, which make it a human thing.
This definition in which you told me when you responded to my first question, can you please, where did you find the information for this definition, and when was this information written?
This information came off the Merriam-Webster dictionary. We don't have the exact date on that. It was a dictionary.
In the second contention, you claim that Princeton University said that nobody had yet been cured with embryonic stem cell research. What is the date on that card?
Okay, support, do you have another question you'd like to ask?
They have an answer.
2014.
Go ahead.
In your third contention, you said how expensive this stem cell treatment was, and that it would worsen the economy. But are you aware that overall, like in the future, that stem cell research can improve the economy by opening job offers and helping sick people return to their jobs?
So first of all, we talked about the money value of embryonic stem cells in our first contention. Secondly, are we really going to take lives of people? Are we going to take these harms that outweigh the benefits and focus on long-term applications? Currently, these cells are killing people, and are we going to solve this over?
Okay, for the next 2 minutes, you will have time to prep. Your time starts now.